everybody, and welcome to Old Roommates. Today on the show, we revisit two party videos. Fight Fright to Party and by the Beastie Boys, and We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister. So grab your soda and pie, and let's hope no bad people show up.
All right, welcome to Old Roommates, the only podcast that revisits pop culture through a middle-aged lens. I am Christina.
And I'm Brian. Thanks for joining us. We're having a lot of fun revisiting music videos.
Love it.
And what we decided to do is kind of have a theme on this one, which is like party videos. And almost like rebellious.
I think it's more rebellious.
It's not really
party.
Yeah, it's not really party videos. I take
rebellious.
it back. Rebellion.
Teen rebellion.
And so we're taking a shallow dive, as shallow as we can, into 3-minute videos of Fight Fright to Party by Beastie Boys, which is, I believe, 1986. And We're Not Going to Take It, which is 1984. We're going to start with Beastie Boys?
Sure.
Okay. Christina, thoughts on the Beastie Boys back then?
Back then, they were like super cool. They were like the band. Well, actually, they're not really considered a band. I don't think any of them played musical instruments. They were fun and just like rebellious. So they were like the cool group to like. I liked Beastie Boys a lot. I still like Beastie Boys. Actually, I think they've held up over the years. And this first one, I think this first video was the Fight for Your Right to Party, was like their first video that really got them on, in front of the public. If I remember correctly, I don't think there was someone before that. Do you remember?
I don't know. That's why I don't say such crazy things, Christina.
Oh, our listeners understand me.
I don't know if it was their first. I don't know if it's what made. I mean,
I think it's what shot them to. I think it's what they shot them to the possibility.
Brass Monkey.
Yeah.
Fight Fright to Party. Oh man, they did another one though. I'll look it up. Look it up. But it's like, yeah. So the video starts up. So my feeling about them, that like the album was Licensed to Ill. Mm-hmm. I remember the album cover like anything. I was not a crazy Beastie Boys fan. It's one of those like enjoyment by association. It's one of those things like all your friends like it, or it's popular with the kids at school, so you're like, I'll like it too.
Such a follower.
A total follower. I was a total follower. But yeah. So. But the video, I just remember feeling really bad for the nerds.
Of course you did.
I really did.
Yeah. There was, I remember liking the video back then. And then when I watched it this time, I felt a little bit like you're feeling now.
Oh, interesting.
Like it was just sort of unnecessary rudeness.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, also, and I think because it was like, you know what, that would be me. That if I had a party, that's what would happen.
And I would have been the Beastie Boy.
Would you?
No, I'm just kidding. I probably would have dated a Beastie Boy.
You probably would have.
Yeah. I would have been the girl that they flung over the couch.
Exactly
that
what I was going to say. I don't think there's a lot of dating going on with the Beastie Boys, and certainly not in this video.
Which one married Molly Ringwald, though? One of them ended up marrying Molly Ringwald.
Marrying Molly Ringwald, Lifetime original movie. I don't know.
I'll look it up.
I want to say the kid with the red baseball cap. I don't know any of their names. I'm not a fan of Twisted Sister. I'm not a fan of the Beastie Boys.
Wow, why are we even doing this?
No, what I mean is like I'm not I think a fandom is a strong word. Can I say I like a few of their songs? Yes, I like a few Twisted Sister songs or one of their songs. Sure, but I don't say I can. Like I think the world needs to calm down on the word fan. So no, I'm not a fan of either of these musical acts. But yeah, so the first video is Fight Fright to Party. And I will say, it is funny when the actors are like, maybe we can have soda and pie. I hope no bad people show up. And then you hear like, kick it. And I busted out laughing. Like when he yells kick it, I just laughed out loud.
It's great.
But you mentioned the girl and so of course, I took notes in like this. It's a short video, but there is this sequence where it's this one girl. She's sitting with one of the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
The Beastie Boys sees another girl walk by, and he's staring at her butt. Like there's a butt. Like,
oh yeah,
it's sort of off the frame.
Yes.
And the butt walks away. So the guy runs after the butt. The girl that's leaning on him falls on the sofa, and another Beastie Boy jumps on her. I'm like writing all this down. And then, another Beastie Boy slides down and starts kissing her. So, I mean, I don't know if there was a whole lot of consent or respect going on, but that's 1986. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed all the pie throwing.
That was fun. I really liked it too. The rest of the video. So first of all, the parents looked so old. Like I was a little insulted by that. They looked like they could have been grandparents at the very first scene. The rest of it, like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, they're just really rude. Like they bust into this house, and they light the magazine on fire, and they like, they're just like being mean and destructive for no reason at all. Yeah. So I think that when the pie throwing happened, it was sort of lightened everything up, and I'm like, all right, this is really fun. I actually kind of liked it a little bit better when it turned into more of a fun thing.
Yeah, because it's not really a party if you're lighting things on fire and throwing pies at people. Like, right. I mean, I don't think I've ever been that way. Like, it's like, hey, let's have a party. I'm going to destroy everything in the house.
Right.
Like, I
guess that was sort of their image, though, right? They were like the Beastie Boys. Like, they were like, I don't know. Or maybe it was
everyone was doing it. That's what I mean. Like, if it was just them being like little rascals and like causing mischief,
it was
like
them and
sure,
their friends,
but it's everyone in the party was doing it except the two nerds and whose house it was. So they're trashing things. They're sexually assaulting girls.
And then they have a pie throwing contest.
They're throwing pies at each other. I did do a little research. Apparently, LL Cool J is one of the people in the video.
Really?
Tabitha Soren.
Oh my
gosh. Is in the video from MTV with blonde hair. And she actually did an interview. They revisited this 30th anniversary of the video, I guess. And they said, and she's like, it stunk so bad because the whipped cream on the pies had gone,
Gross.
A little rancid.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. And one thing I did notice, speaking of the pies, as much as we loved it, the kid with the red hat, I don't know who they are.
I think so. One of them is
Mikey. Is there a Mikey?
Horowitz is one of the names. Adam Horowitz.
Maybe it's him.
He was the one that was he never married Molly Ringwald, but he was in a relationship with her, and he was actually married to Ione Skye.
Oh,
yeah.
He really loves 80s movies. The guy with the red hat, and I don't know if the other guy. I think the guy with the red hat never gets a pie in his face.
Interesting.
I think the other the Beastie Boy with the beard with a little scruff, he gets one in the face. I don't remember the guy with the sunglasses. I think he does too. I think the only one that doesn't is the kid with the red hat. And I'm like, I wonder what that's about. Maybe he thought it was gross and he didn't like the smell.
Maybe. I did think it was kind of interesting that they had, like the riff in the middle, and like the kind of the break in the middle. It's like the electric guitar. I was expecting to see the guitarist during that moment, and they never even show the people playing the instruments. I'm like, that's kind of rude. Mm-hmm. I think I would be a little annoyed at that if that was my riff.
Yeah. I did think I liked some of the background scenes. And I basically, like, there's one scene where I think he's flirting with one of the girls in the background. You see this guy like downing a bottle of whiskey in the background. And I was like, I think that's kind of it for me. I kind of I preferred the scenes that were not at the expense of someone's civil rights.
I could see that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that, so like a lot of, and for example, I laughed when the woman was spiking the punch, and then she turned the tables and started chasing after one of the guys, and he was running away. So there was
definitely some little comic elements to it, for sure.
Yeah, but then they got the party completely insane and violent, and they walked out. They snuck Brett out while everything was in chaos.
And then everybody else.
And then the mom walks in
and gets a pie in the face.
As a mother, how do you feel about that?
I would be very upset about that, for sure. Yeah, no more pies at my house.
And I will say a couple. So when they're all staring at the camera and like, you gotta fight. The lip syncing's bad.
Oh, it's
really
terrible.
off.
So
They're all
one of the things that I thought was really funny about this video is the low budget. Like you could tell this guy they had like $10 to do it, and I thought I kind of liked it. Because it was like they weren't trying to hide that they had a low budget. I felt like it was like 3 kids in high school and like, let's make a video.
It didn't look like a house. Right. It didn't look like a living room. It didn't look like a place that people would live.
Right.
Yeah, it was very low budget.
So I thought it was like funny in that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And there was something else. Dang. What was it? You said something and I was like, I meant to jump in on that. I can't remember.
Next time you're just going to...
I did like when they did the close-ups and they were like, Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
that was cute. I think they certainly have charisma. I think you can get why they had such a following and fandom.
Sure, yeah.
Because I think there was something for everyone, right?
They were like these 3 little...
cute. They're like, well, each one was cute in their own way, but they had different styles.
Right.
And I think so it's like, you don't like this one? How about this one? If you don't like those two,
well, I think they were like these 3 little like Jewish boys from New York. And and then they ended up becoming like these big, like, rebellious guys. And I think that's one of the things that they sort of marketed themselves as, is like these rebellious little Jewish boys.
Yeah. I mean, not about to talk about someone's religion, Christina, and make things super awkward. But, if that's how you feel.
This podcast is over. I think the song was better than the video.
My God. Yeah.
I liked if I had to choose the song or video.
Yes.
The song was way better than the video.
Yep. And, I completely, 100% agree. Mm-hmm. Anything else to add? Is there really much to say? It was pretty short.
Very short. Yeah. I think it was like 2 minutes, and maybe it was longer than that. I feel like it was pretty short though.
But if you were someone at the party, who would you have been?
I told you, the girl that gets thrown on the couch. I'm just kidding. Probably probably the mother.
I didn't relate to anyone.
Yeah, I didn't.
Maybe if anyone, probably one of the nerds. Yeah.
You definitely would relate to the nerd.
Yeah.
You'd be cleaning up behind everybody.
Immediately. Like, as it was happening, I'd be cleaning. Yeah. I never would have let it happen. And it never would have happened. I wouldn't have had a party. I would have, rented a bunch of
Well, it wasn't
VHS
the nerd's
tapes.
idea to have... Oh, it was their idea.
They did. They were having soda and pie.
Stand corrected.
They were having soda and pie. And I would have been like, I will have...
There's a lot of pies to have.
Soda... It didn't even
just
connect.
immediately
Really?
right now, this very second is when that occurred to me.
Oh my God, it was pie.
Was there soda involved?
No, there was punch. They should have said punch and pie. Oh my God, I never.
So funny.
Did you really just realize that?
The second it came out of my mouth,
it was pie. That was the whole thing. Oh my God, that's so crazy.
So funny.
I wouldn't have let it. I wouldn't have had a party.
No.
If I were those boys, I just would have been like, let's rent a bunch of movies, get some Coke Classic and Smart Food popcorn, and just watch a bunch of VHS tapes.
Back then, it was just Coke.
That's right. Oh, you didn't even need Classic Coke. It was just the only Coke.
Well, not the only Coke.
We're gonna take. Awesome.
Let's take a break.
We're gonna take a break.
And then when we come back, we'll talk about
We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister. Exciting times.
Exciting. Hey there, it's Brian and Christina. We just wanted to take this break to thank you for listening to Old Roommates, the only podcast that revisits pop culture through a middle-aged lens. Please subscribe to Old Roommates on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. And give us a rating or review while you're there.
And if you have any questions, comments, or observations, shoot us an email at oldroommatespod@gmail.com. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Old Roommates. Thanks for listening, and now, back to the show. And we're back. Old Roommates, talking about a couple of music videos.
The rebellious
music video. So We're Not Gonna Take It, Twisted Sister. This is 1984. Mm-hmm. This is 2 years before Fight for It to Party.
Okay.
With a seemingly bigger budget.
Yes, you think? So I don't know which version you watched. I watched the extended version.
I'm hoping the one I watched was the extended.
Well, it was 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's the one I watched.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I had the choice. I'm like, oh, I'm taking the extended.
You have to.
I remember this video. So okay. So I was a fan, like we talked about it earlier. I was a fan of Twisted Sister, but I will tell you, I never had like a CD or an album from Twisted Sister. I liked the stuff that they played on the radio, and that's, those are those songs that I knew about them. I really liked them as a band because I felt like they did not take themselves seriously, but I felt they were good. They were a good band. They were talented, but they were also just so over the top, funny, like personality. Like Dee Snider, he was a funny guy. I don't know if you ever saw any like videos of like interviews or anything like that.
He was on Celebrity Apprentice. I think, did he win? Or he was very close to winning. He was seemed like a very nice guy.
Very nice guy. Yeah. And the other thing about him too is that he was a family guy. There was like a lot about how he wasn't really into that whole lifestyle of a rocker. He had a wife and children, and it was a very like anti-rock band persona that he lived. So I really liked him like as a person. I liked them as a band, but again, I never had like a CD of theirs. Yeah,
it's funny. I didn't. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. So I was like, oh, I totally had their CD, but then I'm getting confused with
like Poison or something?
No, it was Quiet Riot.
Oh, Quiet Riot. I had their CD, or the album, actually.
I think I had
their album.
Tape? I don't even know. But
what was the name of it? Do you remember? I can see the cover.
Do you know it?
I can, if I thought
I know
the
cover is like in a straight jacket, right? He's like in a corner with a mask on. I don't remember the name of the album, but I'm being super honest right now. I only asked for it because I was at a friend's house, this girl Michelle, and her friend who I thought was cool was playing it nonstop.
Another follower? I didn't know you were such a follower.
I didn't, because I didn't. So like I didn't. I was the oldest in my family, and I really didn't know. Like, I mean, I liked my stuff, but I knew that my stuff was different. Like the first album I ever bought was like Olivia Newton-John, Have You Never Been Mellow? The first cassette I ever bought was Madonna, True Blue. And they're just, believe it or not, there's not a whole lot of like boys openly buying diva music. Right. That's all I liked. So if I met like a group of people that were, say, cool, I would look at the music they were listening to and be like, oh, I should probably listen to that music.
Interesting.
Yeah, just honest. I'm sure I'm probably not alone in that. I think it's like, not that I would just get some more, like another sort of flavor of music, because that's what everyone else is listening to. So I was a follower.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, going back to Twisted Sister.
Yes.
So I did have a friend, Sharon Itao. Another shout out. I'm doing lots of shout outs. Well, from Fiverr, whatever. Never mind, forget it. So anyway, Sharon Dolinsky at the time, she was a huge fan of Twisted Sister.
Oh my god.
Huge. So I'm sure she'll be listening to this episode, so I just want to say hello, Sharon.
Oh, hi, Sharon.
But she was a great fan of Dee Snider and Twisted Sister. And I think that's part of why I liked them so much, because I would hear them at her house and things like that. So,
really funny about Sharon. She said a joke once, a line once, and I will remember it like it was yesterday. We were at a restaurant, and there was a waiter, and she thought he was cute. This is a million.
Oh yeah, a million years ago. She's happily married.
Years ago. This
children.
is 20 years ago.
Couple cats.
20 years ago, at least. And we're in a restaurant. You were there, obviously. And she sees the waiter, and he's cute. And I said, well, actually, I have to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure he's gay. And she's like, oh no, it's okay. I like a challenge. Oh, Sharon. So that's good. So she's a real fan.
Huge fan. Yeah, she was a huge, huge fan. I think she may, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, Sharon, but I think she may have actually had maybe a Twisted Sister poster in her room.
Wow.
I don't know. That's what I'm envisioning, but big fan.
So let's dive in now. My immediate thought, because I watched the extended one too, which is the father who just keeps talking.
Yes.
And I did think, does this kid really not have a set of headphones? Because it's not like he's playing the guitar.
Right.
I remembered he was playing the guitar, but I remembered it incorrectly. He's really pretending,
right,
air guitaring, to blasting deafeningly loud Twisted Sister music. So now that I'm an adult, I instantly solved the problem with the whole situation and been like, hey, Dad, maybe instead of trashing your son's room, maybe just give him some headphones.
Well, I don't think that was the problem. I think he didn't want him even listening to the music, the rock music. I think he had a problem with the music itself. Not that he had to listen to it, but that his son was listening to it. He was saying, oh, you know, when I was your age, I was holding like whatever it was, like an M80 or whatever. Something
right.
And now you're holding this or whatever. And he's just like talking about how terrible rock music is. Yeah. So I don't think it was the fact that he had to listen to it. I think it was the fact that his son was listening to it at all.
Place, yeah. Well, I guess the kid could have saved himself by buying headphones.
Well, yeah, I thought that was so stupid. So obviously he has a very strict father. You have to ask to leave the table, and everybody's afraid of him. And then he goes upstairs and he blasts
You were
rock
going to say
music.
the word blatantly, and then you would have been correct. Blatantly blasting music.
Yes. And like... I mean, come on. You know your father.
He's belligerent.
You know, yes, all those B words.
Everyone downstairs is still enjoying their dinner. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I didn't like this. The kid, no,
he was not.
He was
being
wrong.
Respectful.
Now that I'm an adult, I see who was right.
He was being,
wrong.
dare I say, rebellious.
He was rebellious. Yeah.
So, and obviously, you know that father is from Animal House.
That's
right.
correct, yeah.
So there was that connection.
Do you know I've never seen Animal House?
Oh,
I swear to God,
really?
I've never seen Animal House.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Maybe that's something we should talk about. So, anyways,
but no lie. I wrote 2 minutes of angry dad, and I wrote Douglas, please. Because it was
that was
long.
the extended version.
I mean, but it was just. I mean, I was like, oh God, shut up. Yeah. I mean, we know who the villain is. You know? I mean, we don't need 2 minutes. We don't need to.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I think it did go on quite a bit. Yes. Although but it was great. I have to say. So when I was watching this video, it started, and maybe even because the 2-minute rant took so long, when all of a sudden, like, it started with the drumsticks. Right. All of a sudden, like, my foot started tapping. I was transported back into the 80s. I was actually, I think I was like doing my hair or something while I was watching it, like in the bathroom. But I truly enjoyed it, and I couldn't help myself but dance. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember this song, and I love this song, and it was just really funny. Like, I hadn't heard the song in 20 years. It flew me back there, and I truly enjoyed it. And then even just watching the video was so fun. Like, their personalities came out.
I laughed a lot.
It was so fun.
I loved every time the father went blasting through a wall or a window
really
and hurting himself.
Funny.
It's all done. It's all like in good nature. Like,
absolutely.
It's like, because the dad is like just keeps getting more and more demented, and it just becomes funnier. I feel like there's a good balance of comedy with this video.
Agreed.
And I still thought the concert footage, like the fake, was good.
Great footage.
They look amazing. And I do say if there's a critique in this, is that something doesn't quite translate for me personally, because the concert footage is very good, and but something in the light of day does not really benefit their look. Like, I think they look a little cartoony. Oh, they look like drag. They look like bad. There's the scene where they're hanging out of the bedroom window and yelling. I laughed out loud, but I don't know if I was supposed to, because like they don't look menacing. They don't even really.
I remember feeling even back then. I remember that scene of them hanging out of the window, feeling odd,
goofy.
Maybe it's because there's 4 of them hanging out and they're like squished together. Yeah. Maybe that was it. There was something that was really uncomfortable about it. But I do think that speaks to who they were, though. I think that so this is in the height of all the hair bands, and Poison, and everybody, Motley Crue and Van Halen, and the big hair, and a little bit of makeup, right? I mean, they didn't really usually have a lot of makeup, except, Poison had a lot of makeup. Anyways, they would come out, Twisted Sister, and I feel like they were like, we're going to show you hairband. Mm-hmm. And like their hair was 10 times bigger. Their costumes were 10 times gaudier. Their makeup is 10 times heavier and crazy. But I think it was all intentional. Like I think it was just almost making fun of that whole era, especially since at home
he wasn't like that.
He's just like this family guy. So I really think it was intended to be sort of like we're laughing at this whole thing.
Okay.
We're like, this is who we are, and this is just fun.
There's a lot of joy in this video. Like I said, like I made a little heart in my notebook, like dad destruction scenes, because they were just like really fun, and like no one was getting hurt in this thing, and like you know, and it's all good. And I think to your point about the sense of humor, when the kid goes, I want to rock.
Yeah, it's not even his voice.
Right, it's not his voice. And he just starts spinning around and basically Wonder Woman's into Dee Snider. And that was, and just Dee Snider's face.
I had forgotten about that part.
And I totally forgot about that part. And when Dee Snider's face is just like this insane look, and I'm like, that's funny.
Yes.
And so it's good. Yeah, there were just a couple of scenes where I'm like the makeup is so severe, the look is so harsh, and it's like daytime in the street or hanging out a window, and I'm just like, I don't know if they're as rock star hardcore as they think they might be looking. It didn't quite connect with me. That was the only critique I had truly about this. Except, well, no, that's not true, because I didn't like the 2 minutes of Angry Dad. But that's the extended version. That
Right.
Yeah. I wrote down, and I don't know why I did this, maybe you know why. I wrote down slob early on. I have 2 minutes of Angry Dad, trashing his room, slob, in quotes. Does he call his son a slob?
I think he does.
I wrote some. It must have it must have sounded very mean or something, because I wrote it down. I was like, why do I write?
Or maybe you're wondering why he's being called a slob, like because his
dad's one that trashed the room,
right?
Yeah,
maybe
so
that
weird.
was it.
Maybe that's why.
And I do remember clearly that video from before when he's yelling and the spits like fly. He gets all
that's great. Yeah,
I remember
like that. I don't like
but
anything with spit.
I think that was intended too, because I think that's how he was in Animal House.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that it was again another, and it's exaggerated character, but it is his character from Animal House.
Yeah.
So
when I know sometimes we've misremembered things in these music videos we revisit, and I thought that when the father's giving that speech, that the door flies open and hits him in the face. But I was confusing it with the scene where the door keeps opening.
I love that's one of my favorite scenes. It's so silly, but I really love that scene.
Because it kept happening.
It kept happening.
And then the mom runs over with the first aid kit. And then she runs over with something and sprays him with the hose
water on him or something. Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it, and it was all in good fun for a rebellious, experience. It was
just lighthearted and fun. Yeah, exactly.
But it still got its point across.
Yes, and I think this is one of those videos where I think that the video made the song for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I guess they were both pretty equal, but for me, I felt like the video definitely enhanced the song and the popularity of the song. But that just might be me.
Cool. It's time for any final thoughts? It's time for questions.
I think I've said all I need to say.
I do. Since I know we're going to do our standard music video question, which is which one goes to the vault. Mm-hmm. I want to impose on you to FMK the Beastie Boys.
Ooh.
Imagine you were at the party. Imagine you're 20 years younger.
I'm going to pull up a picture of them. Because I kind of have to... I know that the kid with the red the hat.
Maybe 30 years younger.
What do you mean, right? 30? Ooh, my phone's probably...
Well, if they're probably 19. How old are they in that video? Like 19 or 20 years old?
Yeah, they're probably 19 or 20, yeah. So let me see. Okay, I'm going to pull up a picture. All right, so FMK, I can help you look at them too.
Yeah. So for the listeners, there's the kid with the red hat, who's cute. The kid with like the dark sunglasses and the black hat, all in black. And there's the guy with the beard, or like
there's like these.
I don't know who's who.
I don't know. It's really hard to see.
The guy with like the jewelry and the sunglasses,
and then there's one with like a clean, baseball jacket,
right, with the beard.
Is that the best picture we can find?
But base it on the video and the behavior. You know what? We don't have to do this.
Yeah, I don't know how we can.
I didn't know it was going to be so complicated.
Let's get down to
I would just say,
Brian. Who do you want to F
that's why.
from the Beastie Boys?
Easy. I would.
Is this from the video? Wait, no, that's not. Go ahead. Go.
I would F the beard, marry the red baseball cap kid, and kill the other kid with the sunglasses and the jewelry.
I think I would probably agree with that. Yeah, I think
not?
that's a pretty clear cut.
All right, so Christina.
Sorry for ruining that for you, babe.
Which video, Fight for Right to Party, or Fight for Your Right, technically, by Beastie Boys, or We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister? Only one can go in the vault. The other one will never be seen again.
Yep.
Torched, destroyed. All right, I'm writing down mine.
I'm not even going to write it down.
You're not going to write it down. Well, I just want... Okay, fine. You know what? I won't either.
Wow, you are rebellious.
Well, then we're going to say it at the same time?
Yes.
All right.
One, two,
three.
We're not going to take it.
Oh!
I think, just from the production value alone.
Well, because I enjoyed it. Like, I laughed.
You know what we should have done? Oh, man.
What?
We should have done Fight for Your Right to Party with parents just don't understand. They would have had a lot more to do with each other.
Well, in that regard, no, I think this was good.
This is good. This is rebellious. Right. It's good.
Yeah, rebellion. It's good.
So yes, why?
Oh, I think it's just for. I think it elevates the hairband video to exactly the points that you brought up. It has a sense of humor about itself. It's rebellious with, without going, say, to an extreme level, because rebellion, everyone has their own sort of sense of rebellion over something, and I think the story is succinct. I think it is a lot of fun, and I think it's one of those things where, and speaking strictly of the video, I think it's a really good, wacky, funny, and little story.
Right, and I do appreciate the concert footage in it.
Yeah, I think that
really
was good. It does elevate it a little bit.
Definitely did. It kind of gave it that break, and you're like, oh yeah, they are a rock band.
Yeah, so. And I think Fight for Right to Party, there's really no heroes. There's no real. It was bad.
It was three kids who wanted to make a video,
just being brats.
Yeah.
All
right.
Good times.
Good times. That's it.
And that is it for us and for this episode of Old Roommates. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to Old Roommates on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and wherever you listen to podcasts. And give us a rating or review while you're there, please. If you have an idea for the show, a suggestion, or a comment, email us at oldroommatespod@gmail.com.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Old Roommates. This is Christina.
And this is Brian.
Thanks again for listening. Till next time.